All right, so here's how easy it is to set up a business page. Here I am logged in as one of our students, Jill Jones. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to where it says create page and the little plus sign up at the top. Now I'm going to have to name it. What you name it is really up to you. It will affect your SEO, your ability to get found in Google and Bing search engines based on what you name it. So it is important. We're going to go with Jill Jones Realtor. We could add in Orlando homes, luxury home specialist, but I think it gets a little long like that, so we're going to just leave it as Jill Jones Realtor. We're going to go ahead and choose a category by typing in. Now, if you're a loan officer, your insurance agent, you would adjust it, but as she's in real estate, we'll start with real estate agent, and then we'll go ahead and add one more, which is real estate service. Tell I've done this once or twice. For the description, I recommend that you include your phone number in here. Let me go ahead and just throw this up as Orlando based realtor with 10 years experience, planning to buy or sell, and then a call to action. You only get 255 characters, so you need to choose carefully. I'm going to go ahead and say create page. And we know nobody else is named Jill Jones Realtor because it created our page. And over here on the right, you see that there is you can see what the desktop version and that the mobile version looks like. Now what's going to happen is now you have two other options. You could do this now or you could do it later. I'm going to just do it now to show you guys how to do it. You want this picture to be 170 by 170. If you're in a business like real estate, mortgage, insurance, attorney, anything, network marketing, anything that is you're doing business with your sphere or your network, I would recommend a picture of yourself because as you're commenting, a nice headshot. As you're commenting and you're going around, you want people to realize that the person that's commenting is you. Because you will be able to interact as your business page. If you have a retail store, you have a clothing line, vintage store, that kind of thing, you're going to probably want your brand there, a logo. And I'm going to go ahead and add a profile picture. And I want these properly sized. So I'm going to go into Canva, I'm going to follow their instructions. So this is going to be, they want your cover photo at this time to be, and this may change at the time you're watching it. You could just Google for the most current dimensions, or when you get in here, click on this. But right now it's 640 pixels wide by 856. So hopefully I can remember that. As I go over here to Canva, I'm going to go create a design, and I'm going to go custom size, and I already forgot. So it's 1640 by 856. So I'm going to go 1640 by 856. Okay. Now I have a picture that I've chose to use as the cover image. So I'm going to go grab that right here. While I'm at it, I'll upload her headshot. All right. I'll drag this over here. And we're going to properly size this baby up. So let's see what we can do here. Use a little bit of the tree. I'm going to keep that in place. Let's see what happens when I go like this. All right, beautiful. So now it is perfectly sized. I'm going to go ahead and call this Jill Jones FB cover. All right. I'm going to save it. If you aren't using Canva, it's a free account. You can also do the paid account like I do. I don't know, it's 120 bucks a year. It's one of the tools we teach you to use in our social media success series. But now they're going to go ahead and save that to the folder so I can find it for Facebook. While I'm in here, I'll go ahead and grab that headshot. I think it was 170 by 170 is what they're looking for. We'll add the profile picture, see how it comes out. There you go, beautiful. All right, and we're going to go ahead and add the cover that we created. Now you see this area in here that has the stitches? That's the sweet spot. If you were going to include phone numbers, if you were going to include any, contact us info, you'd want to include it there, because then it would display properly on all the devices. There's a sweet spot in the middle, and then you have the extra stuff on the edges. But as you can see, this looks terrific on a business, on a mobile phone, or on a desktop. I'm going to go ahead and save this. Now they are giving us the option to connect this to WhatsApp. I know a lot of you don't have WhatsApp. Facebook bought WhatsApp. They want you to use it. It's really good for international business, for those of you in the international world, but we're not going to mess with that right now. We can always go back in there later inside of page settings and connect it. All right, but they're really pushing that right now. Not necessary for a lot of you. But now we have this start selling in a few steps. We'll come back to this later, but this is what we have at this. All right, so now the next thing to do would be to create a username. So I'm going to go ahead and try to go ahead and name this the same thing as here. So let's give this a go. And then she'll be able to put on her business card, follow me at facebook.com/Jill Jones Realtor. And it isn't available. So what I'll end up having to do is put in FL Realtor, and that'll work. So a little bit of homework on the up front. You might play around with this. Now we got to make a decision whether we're going to rename her page Jill Jones Florida Realtor. But let's just go with this for now. We'll press create. Done. Now, instead of having this big ugly number up here, what it's going to look like when I refresh, hopefully, there you go. So I can copy this to a notepad, and then I can go ahead and text it to clients, use it in comments, which is a really cool little hack, etc. So now we have our handle at Jill Jones Florida Realtor, Real Estate. The next thing I'd probably recommend doing is dropping down to this interface. What was there? Now it's not. What I would recommend doing at this point is adding a button. So you got different choices. I don't like the button that says set appointments because people don't really use it. I like the button here for send message. That way they're going to be sending your page a message. You can then edit it, test it, get messages, edit button, change it out if you want. But you have some options that we'll cover in later trainings. But anyways, now she has a button there, and if we looked at it as an outsider, it would say send a message. The next thing that she's going to want to do is to go ahead and edit her information. So I'm scrolling down to the About section. I'm going to go ahead and start by entering her address. Main Street, Orlando, Florida, and let's put in Maitland, Florida, because I know the zip code. There you go, 32751. All right, terrific. And the changes have been saved. There's no save button, so I'm going to close this out in http www.success advice.com. All right. There you go. So that's there. We're going to enter our phone number. Choose the country code, which for most of you is going to be United States. I'll put in our phone number. We've got this set up so they can send her a message. Later on, you can learn to customize that. They have this already set up. Enter her email, which is here. Give it a set, again, no save button. I'm going to just press enter. And like I said, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So we'll go ahead and go Great Orlando. There you go. Give it a chance. There it goes. Saved. Let's refresh this, see if it's saved. And like everything with Facebook, this is the reality. You know, sometimes you have to play around with it. Anyways, it's showing there. We still don't have a location. Business hours, you can either do always open, or you can go ahead and bracket some hours, you know, like 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. And we have a business page up and running. What else are we going to want to do? Well, we got a cover photo. We've got this name. We've got the page named. We've got a button set up. We've got this almost complete. And we could click here and see what other options we have here. This looks good. I'm going to go ahead and we got this filled out. Location, it is showing here that we have this filled out. But let's go ahead and now go to hours. We've got it to always opening. And if you wanted to include your privacy policy for ads, if you products, additional information, you could grab a QR code. If you had a restaurant, you could fill these out. But if you're in the service business, we're going to just leave all this blank for now. And that's how easy it is to set up your business page. You can see that they automatically posted this. She has no followers, so no one's seeing this. But I'm going to go ahead and delete this post so it doesn't, we don't end up with 4 or 5 posts here. I see a lot of people, they set their pages up and then they leave like this and it looks like total amateur hour, right? I don't really need all this here. It has really nothing to do. I'll hide this from the page. I'll shut this off, delete this post. So let's see if we have a clean page now, and then we'll add a couple posts to make it look active, okay? Go ahead and delete this. Hide from the page. So the public isn't seeing this, we only see it. I'm going to go ahead and again delete this one. Let's refresh it. Alright, so we got nothing on the page. So I want to add a couple posts, so I'm going to go here, I'm going to go create post. Now I grabbed an article about restaurants in Orlando. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to copy that in and see what happens. It automatically populates it with the post. Let's give it a second, an image will pop up. Beautiful, right? I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to delete this at this point. Doesn't need to be there. And then I'm going to write something nice, like this. Great place to eat. If you have not been there, give it a try. You know, supporting a local business. And I'm going to press post. And now see how pretty that looks? So let's add a second post here. I'm going to go ahead and grab a little article I found on great places to live in Florida. I'm going to go ahead again and clean this up. I'm going to add a little custom message. Message us if you need real estate on any of these areas. Now, this would be one strategy to do it, but there's a better strategy that we teach, which is to go out there, do a Facebook Live from your business page, talking about the best places to live in Florida. A great article you've read. If you'd like a copy of the article and you would like a list of what were the top 10 ranked places to live according to the article, just PM me and I'll be happy to get you the link. So that way you're generating leads, you're creating user content, and you're keeping them in your ecosphere. Because if they click here, they're gone. They're reading that article and they may forget about you. Now I'm going to click post and it's going to ask me if I want to add a button. Now if I was to add a button to this, I'm going to lose that picture for whatever reason, the way it's set up. Then I would have to upload it. I'd have to keep the link. So I'm going to say not now at this time. However, if it was a picture of me, get a list of the best properties, I would definitely include it. But now I have something pretty on my page. I can boost it. Would I boost it? I would. I'd do $4 for 4 days, get it out there in front of people. But again, you're just driving people to Florida Life. If this was a Facebook Live, I would boost it, and I would boost it for $20 to people within a 15-mile radius that like Zillow, that like Realtor.com. Have an interest in mortgages, maybe pick some of those categories and really get it out there. Because if you're going to take even the minute it took, the 2 minutes, the 15 minutes it takes to do a live video, you want it to be seen by a lot of people, not a few people. But the minimum boost is $1 for a day. And if I wanted to, I would just click this button, but we'll cover that in another training. So now let's take a look at her business page, and it's coming together already. And it's going to look different for a visitor than it's going to look like for you. Now look here, we've got home, we got groups, we got jobs, we got events, we got more, right? Here's a review tab, right? So how is she going to get reviewed? She's going to take this little piece of code, she's going to send it to some of her clients. They're going to come back, they're going to write her a review, and she'll eventually be 5-star rated. You want to try to get at least 10 reviews in the first 30 days. The key, again, email people that link. If you're going to text them, it's actually a different link that we talk about for our group coaching students. And we don't have jobs, we don't have events. So I want to show you something else. I want to show you how to edit the tabs. So I'm going to go over on the left side here where it says settings. I'm going to go to template and tabs. Now the current template is business. So if I want to edit this, let's say for a service business, I'm going to go ahead and change this to services, okay? And this is automatically going to rearrange some things. So I'm going to go back over here. And this is where we're going to start with our editing of the tabs. So now we got services. Reviews has now been moved from here up to here. We still have shop. We're going to remove that. I'm also going to remove jobs. And I'm going to leave the rest of this here. So I can either go back over to settings, or I can go right here where it says edit tabs. So I'm going to go right here where it says edit tabs. And I'm going to go ahead and toggle off the shop. I'm going to toggle off the offers. Now, as a realtor, what could she do as an offer? Well, there's an offer for a CMA, a comparative market analysis, an offer for a free list of homes. You may want to include that. I'm going to toggle it off for now. I am going to have events here. Let's say I wanted to move my events, my virtual open houses and stuff up to the front part. Move the services or offers off, right? So I don't even have to move it. I toggled it off. Now I'm going to go home, reviews, events. Let's go videos. We want people to watch your videos. Move those up. About, community. We're going to toggle jobs off. And again, it's all happened over here. No pressing the save button. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to go back to our page. Just remove this part. Refresh. And now let's look. We've got home, reviews, events, videos. They have to click here to see photos, about, community, and edit tabs. When they go to about, they see this information, phone number, etc. So make sure that's completely filled out. You could add more personal information over here. You can go ahead and then link it up with your Instagram. You could link it up, include extra links, additional contact info, etc. But I think we've got a pretty good looking page to start with. Hope this helped you. This is Steve Black. If you need any more help, just let me know.